Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay right here, back again with another MLB The Show video. So today we do have another minute review, but this one's gonna be a little bit different. So usually I don't like doing this. I like to, just do the minute video with the individual player, but we just had a ton of content. So that was gonna be really hard to do, just having to render out every single individual video, making a thumbnail for every single one. I think this would have been a quicker way to do it, the way I'm gonna do it. It's pretty much gonna go over every single card in this video that came out with Team Affinity 3. And pretty much just kind of give my thoughts on the cards that I did try, why I didn't try some cards, because there were some cards that I didn't try out. I just didn't think it was worth trying them out. And yeah, just pretty much all my thoughts on all this new content. Let's go ahead and get into it. Actually, I lied, guys. Before we get into it, man, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out. Drop a comment below on anything that you think I missed, maybe a question you have that I didn't go over in this video. But again, really appreciate you guys. Now let's get into the video. All right, guys, so before we get into the cards individually, let me just show y'all my squad right now. As y'all can tell, there is not a single Team Affinity 3 card in here. At least not in the lineup. In the rotation, I do have Jacob deGrom in there. And in the bullpen, I do have Gregory Soto, Josh Hader, and Alex Reyes. So that should tell you maybe a little bit of what I think of those guys. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear. I do have Nick Castellanos on the bench and Perez on the bench. Perez is platooning with Schwarber and Rafael Devers. But that being said, let's go ahead and start with the infielders. All right, the infielders who I thought were really good cards. They were really good cards, but they just didn't quite beat out the players that I have on my team currently. So like Wander Franco, Jackie Robinson, pretty much the middle infield, right? So let's actually start with the middle infield. So let me just do it from here. So Trey Turner. There's some people who are starting Trey Turner over Wander Franco and Jackie Robinson. People like this Trey Turner that much. Let me actually move my camera over here just so y'all can see the attributes better. But yeah, look at those attributes, man. 111, 125, 186. I think he's actually pretty good. I think he is a legitimate starter, and some people should be using him on the team. The reason I'm not starting him, I couldn't hit with him. That's just a personal thing. He has a good swing. He has good attributes. He has good speed. The only thing that's a downfall to him is his defense. His defense is a letdown. So just be careful not to play him at shortstop. Would not recommend him at shortstop. Maybe play him at third base, maybe second base. Try to hide his defense as best as possible. I know some people rock him in center field. I don't know if I recommend it in center field. Some people say that his speed can make up for his bad fielding. I just like having diamond fielding. That's why I don't start him there. But he's good. He's probably one of the better cards in this promo. So, just give him a shout. Give him a look. See how you do with him. Alrighty, guys. Now here we got Ozzy Albies. Again, this card just... he has good attributes. He's a switch hitter. The thing with him, his power against righties, it's not the greatest. His contact, not the greatest. He has a really, really small PCI. And for example, me, who I play a ton of games on Legend, I really can't have that small of a PCI against righties. So I try to have as balanced a player as I can. And unfortunately, Albies at best can be a bench bat. He can be really good against lefties. So if you need a bench bat that can crush lefties, Ozzy Albies might be your guy. You do have to get used to his swing a little bit. He has that high leg kick. So, just maybe you try him out on your bench. His fielding's okay. Speed, below average. But at most, a bench bat. Jake Cronenworth, gonna be honest, didn't even give him a try. I didn't even use him. Gonna be on, it's just, his attributes, they look okay, man. But there was just way better options out there. So I decided not to give him a try. You can get him up to 90 defense, so that's good. 83 speed, kind of good, kind of not really. But I think there's just better options out there than this Cronenworth. Apparently he can pitch, though. It's something I'm just noticing right now, so I don't know what pitches he would have. But But yeah, I think this is one of probably the worst cards that came out with this promo. All right, guys, Adam Frazier. This is another guy that I didn't try out. He has really good contact stats, man, but that 54 power against righties, it just really just drove me away from him. No reason to try him. There's so many other guys out there who have more power against righties and more power against lefties. Yes, his vision's really good, but that just, you know, it doesn't make up for the power, the lack of power. Good fielding, lacking speed as well, so just didn't even try him. If you guys are a Pirates fan, maybe try him out, but that's really the only reason I would use him if I'm a Pirates fan and I really like Adam Frazier, just to be honest. Now let's go ahead and do... All right, guys, so now let's jump over to third base. So I was pretty much middle infield that I just talked about. Let's go ahead and talk about the third baseman. So Jose Ramirez, to me, man, I just couldn't... I used him... Let's see. I actually didn't use him. Reason being is just that 73 lefty, 80 contact against righty. Just, he's not a balanced card. His PCI gets extremely small. For these Team Affinity 3 cards, a lot of them, their PCIs just got extremely, extremely small. And this Jose Ramirez was one of them. And especially if you play on Legend, even on Hall of Fame, that PCI can just, you know, it's just not, it's not a good PCI. So you can give them a try, but if you don't like small PCIs, I wouldn't recommend them. Eduardo Escobar. So I really love his swing. He has a nice, smooth swing. The only problem is he lacks the attributes. He does have nice power, 88 contact against righty, 91 contact against lefties. Like you see here, I only used them for 2 games. I hit 2 hits, hit 500 with them. So really nice swing. If you don't have the best team in the game, but you want somebody who feels nice on the field, can play a lot of positions, Escobar can be nice for you. He has kind of low defensive attribute at 79 fielding. But, you know, if you're a D-backs fan, why not? Try him out. Alrighty, guys. So out of all the primary third basemen, I think Rafael Devers was my favorite. For some reason, this card just crushes. So like a viewer in my stream told me, yo, you should use Devers. He has a really nice swing. And he was absolutely correct. So, yeah, against righties, he crushes the ball. As y'all can see here, man, I'm hitting 667 with him. That was in 6 games. We went 8 for 12 with them. Really nice. He's going to be a bench bat for me. He doesn't beat out, you know, Chipper Jones, Blatty. He doesn't beat out some of those cards, but he is still really good. So he's going to make the bench for me. Hits really well against righties. He had some surprising pop against lefties. But yeah, give him a try. Definitely give him a try. Really nice swing. Alrighty, guys. So here at first base, we got Matt Olson. So Matt Olson, I only used him for 2 games. I hit 500 with them. The reason I didn't use him for more games than I did was there's just a ton of first basemen. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. There's just a ton of first basemen in the game right now that are better, have better attributes. Yeah, like this is a good card. If you can't afford, if you don't have Big Papi, if you don't have Prince Fielder, if you don't have, you know, you could play Nick Castellanos at first, who's a card we're gonna get into later on. But this could possibly be a decent card for you, but I just think there's better options out there, and that's kind of the reason why this card didn't make it for me. He has a good swing. You know, Matt Olson has always had a nice swing. He has good fielding, just really slow, really low contact, or not really low contact, but not, you know, he doesn't have that big PCI that you want. But that being said, you can give him a try, see what you think of him. But yeah, I just think there's better options out there. So Jared Walsh, this card is interesting because so he has pretty much maxed out contact against righties and then really bad contact against lefties. So this card for me at most was going to be a bench bat. Didn't really make it there though because his swing is kind of weird. He has a really high leg kick and it can just throw you off. Doesn't mean he's a bad hitter. Well, for me he was apparently. We hit 167 with them. But yeah, he was just kind of an interesting card to me. He can have some pop at times. I saw some people using him, and he was having some decent hits even against lefties. But yeah, I think at most he can be a bench bat. Yeah, not really recommending him. All right, guys. So now behind the plate, at catcher we have Mike ZUNINO. So y'all can see max power, both sides, 118 against lefties, contact against lefties, and 45 against righties. So at first look, he looks great, man. But that 45 contact against righties and that 48 vision, super tiny PCI, man. Super tiny PCI. I didn't even use him online, but just from using him in showdowns, because I got to use him in showdowns a lot. Even in showdowns, y'all know how big PCIs can be in showdowns. Even in showdowns, his PCI was kind of on the smaller side. So yeah, maybe you can give him a try if you're good with small PCIs, and give him a try for sure. I mean, he has max power against both sides, so can't go wrong there. You can get him to 91 fielding, so he will have that diamond fielding if you get him to parallel 5. But personally, for me, he just didn't make my lineup. I don't like small PCIs. So yeah. All right, now Salvador Perez. So I did tell y'all at the beginning that I am kind of platooning this card with Kyle Schwarber, the player of the month, Kyle Schwarber. And the reason for that is he has a sweet swing. I love his swing. I love Salvador Perez's swing. And especially against lefties, the ball flies off the bat. Really, really, really good pop, even against righties. I think, so let's see. Yeah, so I have 2 home runs with them. I'm only hitting 231 with them because he hasn't gotten as many at bats as I wanted him to. But in those 3 hits, 2 of them were home runs. And what I like to do with them is if it's like in the middle of a game, like 5th, 6th inning, right, and my opponent brings in a lefty against Kyle Schwarber, I'll put in Salvador Perez in there just so I can get an at bat where I have the advantage. And you know, having max stats against lefties, I really like this card as a bench bat for myself. But yeah, I would definitely give him a try. He could definitely be a starter if you don't have Kyle Schwarber or even the new JT Realmuto. I think this card is better than the All-Star JT Realmuto. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up for the infield part of this. Let's go ahead and hit the outfield. All right, guys, so in right field, we got these 3 monsters right here: Aaron Judge, Nelson Cruz, and Teoscar Hernandez. So out of these 3, man, my favorite was definitely Aaron Judge. As y'all can see here, I was hitting 667 with them. He has really good attributes, nice power against lefties, good contact against lefties. Against righties, a little bit lower, but I still found it to be good enough. His PCI does get a little bit smaller when he's facing a righty. So it can be tough against righties, but he has a really nice swing. He has a nice swing. He's had the same swing for the last couple years, and it's nice. It's a good swing. He also has 99 fielding, which, you know, he has that nice fielding in the outfield, gets to good jumps. His speed kind of lacks a little bit, 61 speed. You know, it's good that he has that good reaction. So it helps out with that speed. It helps out. He does get to the ball, so, you know, it balances out. But yeah, he was definitely my favorite right fielder. Nelson Cruz, at most a bench bat, really good hitting stats, terrible fielding, terrible speed. No way you can start him in the outfield. So yeah, he has to be a bench bat. You can't have common fielding in this game. You're never gonna get to any balls. So yeah. And then Teoscar. So Teoscar's an interesting one because a lot of people like them. A lot of people in my chat were raving about him and how good his swing was and this and that. And to me, I couldn't hit with them. I mean, 375. I mean, we got 3 hits and 8 at bats, but personally, I just didn't think we were producing the way I wanted to produce. Yeah, I would give him a try. He's one of those cards that I couldn't hit with, but I'm pretty sure most of y'all are going to be able to hit with him. So I would give him a try. Good attributes. Power against righties a little bit low, but give him a try. Just be wary of the fielding. Because 71 fielding is pretty low, but maybe you can make it work at right field. All right, let's hop over to left field here. So in left field, we have Michael Brantley. So we played him for 1 game, right? And in that 1 game, he went 2 for 6. 2 for 6 with 2 home runs. No, we actually played him for 2 games. So I think he went 2 for 4 in one game and then 0 for 2 in another game. But his PCI is huge. His PCI is huge against both sides of the plate. 124 vision, 125 contact against righties, and 106 contact against lefties. So if you like a guy with a big PCI, Michael Brantley's your guy. But other than that, really low power. So, you know, sometimes balls are just going to die in the outfield. So just expect that. 83 fielding, not bad, but really low speed. I just used him because he's an Astro. I love Michael Brantley, one of my favorite hitters in real life. But yeah, that's the only reason I used him. Oh, actually, I forgot about Nick Castellanos in right field. But Nick Castellanos, man, so this might be the best card from the whole promo. Is he? Who else is pretty nice? Trey Turner's nice. I mean, DeGrom is really good. But hitting out of the hitting cards, this is definitely the best one. Maxed out contact against both sides. I mean, 124 against lefties, 99 power against righties, and 111 against lefties. So his PCI is huge in game. For me, the only problem with them is there's other cards that are better than him right now. You know, Chipper Jones, Blatty Jr., the new Blatty Jr. that just came out, he might be better. And you know, David Ortiz at first, even Prince Fielder maybe. But he's a card that might sneak into the lineup for me at some point if I'm struggling with those other guys. But really, really, really good card right here. I really recommend him. I wouldn't recommend him in left field, though, or right field. I wouldn't put him in the outfield. If anything, put him at first or third, because he does have really low fielding. But great hitting card right here. Really great hitting card. Nice swing, nice everything. All right, now center field. So in center field, we got Cedric Mullins. This card, man, has a sweet swing. Really nice swing. I know there was a couple other content creators who were, you know, really high on this card. I know Oshev was saying that this was the best offensive card from this team Affinity. He has really good attributes. 122 contact against righties, 114 against lefties. Decent power against righties at 100, and then 89 against lefties. So not too bad. He has 97 vision. But yeah, really good swing. I didn't do too good with them. Only hit 250. I did give him 9 games, so he was one of the cards that I used a little bit more. But yeah, he has a really good swing, so I do recommend him if you do need an outfielder. I wouldn't put him in center field, though. I would maybe put him in right or left. I think that would work a little bit better for him. Adolis Garcia. So Adolis Garcia, I used for 2 games. I hit 400 with him. Solid card. You know, he has really nice power stats. 100 against righties, 90 against lefties. He's another one of those cards with kind of a low vision, so his PCI does get small, especially because he does have only 90 contact against lefties. Solid card. If you're a Rangers fan, go ahead and put him in your lineup. He's solid. Defense, not quite there. 74, not the best. He's going to have silver. 86 speed, which is actually kind of fast. I didn't think they would give Adolis Garcia this fast of a card. But yeah, I mean, solid card, you know. Doesn't make my lineup, but he might make some of y'all's lineup, so give him a try. All right, and then Chris Taylor. So Chris Taylor, not gonna lie to y'all, didn't even try him. As y'all can see, he is really versatile, though. He can play a lot of positions, but I just didn't think his attributes were that great. 118 against lefty and 100 against 100 power against lefty. So that's his upside. But 90 righty, 86 power against righty. I think, how can I put it, man? He just wasn't an attractive looking card to me. Didn't really overachieve in any of the attributes, so it didn't catch my eye, so I just didn't really give him a try. But he can have diamond fielding if you get him to parallel 3. 78 speed, not bad. If you're a Dodgers fan and you like Chris Taylor, then why not give him a try? He might be good. Who knows? But yeah. All right, guys, but that pretty much wraps it up for the hitting side of this, you know, so all the positional players. Let's go ahead and hit the rotation. So in the rotation, as y'all can see, Jacob deGrom is the only one that made it. Jacob deGrom was the only pitcher out of this whole program that was actually good. Kevin Gausman, not good. Really, 87 K per nines, that, I consider that low. His pitch repertoire, not good. Not good. I mean, he has splitter, slider, changeup, curveball. He has a four seam. The four seam, 96 mile per hour. Not going to be enough to blow it by people. People are going to be able to turn on that. The splitter, you know, it's probably his best pitch, but yeah, I mean, he has he has a splitter and a changeup. They're pretty much the same pitch. You don't really want that in a pitcher. So yeah, don't recommend Kevin Gausman. Carlos Rondon, same thing with him, man. That pitch repertoire. What I like to tell people a lot is with pitchers, what you usually want a sinker, at least. You want a sinker and a cutter, if possible. Or if they're a fastball pitcher, you want them to have outlier. Outlier is big this year. Outlier gets you outs. Outlier gets you strikeouts. When a pitcher doesn't have outlier, it's really tough to pitch with them. Even though he does have 100 plus K per nine and hit per nine, I just don't think he's gonna get y'all outs. I just don't think he's gonna get outs. Trevor Rogers, same thing, man. I mean, 4 pitches, the 4 most basic pitches you can have in the game. He doesn't even hit 100 K per nine. This card right here is probably the worst card in the program. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And you say Kikuchi, yeah, 83 K per nine, super low. Cutter, fastball, slider, changeup, again, not gonna get you out. It's not gonna get you out. The only way I can see this card getting you out is maybe throwing that cutter inside to people and them chasing it. But yeah, that's a big part of it. The better your opponent is, the less this card is gonna, like, yeah, like this card, no bueno against good opponents. All right, but that was the starting rotation. Now let's actually get to the bullpen, where we actually have 3 starters. Or 3 people who made it into the bullpen. Gregory Soto. So Gregory Soto, y'all can see really good hit per nines, really good K per nines. He has 99 velo. He does have outlier. Remember what I said about outlier. You want outlier on your pitchers. So that's good. I've pitched him 4 innings already. He has a 2.2, 4 strikeouts, so not bad. But I do like him. The only thing I would his control's really low. It's really low. I didn't have trouble controlling him, but his attributes are really low. So just kind of, be wary of that. Maybe you might have trouble controlling him at times. But other than that, good card. And with the lack of lefties, definitely making it into my bullpen. All right, Josh Hader. So this card, it's as good as his live series card, better than his live series card. Max K per nine, max hit per nines. Again, there not being a lot of lefties in the game, a lot of lefty bullpen arms. He obviously makes it into my bullpen. So yeah, really good break on the slider. Control's not bad. But yeah, he should be in your bullpen. All right, guys. So Alex Reyes, really good hit per nine, really good K per nines. This is a solid card right here. He has outlier 2, so that makes his sinker, go at about 101, 100. So that's going to get you out. And that's all you're looking for. You're looking for cards that can get you out when you are pitching. And this card is definitely one of those cards. So what I like to do, I go sinker inside, 4-seam up top. I go change up down low, and then a slider away. Yeah, I think this is a solid card. He should make it into your bullpen. But yeah. And lastly, Craig Kimbrell. I mean, max out K per nines and hit per nines, man. But his pitch repertoire, man. I was saying on Twitter, man, I was kind of hoping they were going to do what they do with Mariano Rivera, where they give him a bunch of pitches that he doesn't even have. But unfortunately, they didn't. 4-seam, 2-seam, knuckle curve. He would be super good if he actually had some more pitches, but unfortunately, he doesn't. So yeah, that's why you can't use him. Can't use him with only a fastball and a curveball. Alrighty, guys, but that about wraps it up for today. That was pretty much my review on all the Team Affinity 3 cards. Stay tuned. I am going to review all the Home Run Derby cards and all the other content that came out in the next video. I was going to put it all together, but I thought, you know what, let's just kind of separate it just so this one doesn't go for too long. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Again, drop a comment if I just missed something. If you have a question about anything, I would be happy to answer it. But yeah, I think that's it. This was your boy Jared, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.